Namaste everyone, Hare Krishna. Today we are gonna speak about Ekadasi Vrata, fasting for Ekadasi. It is a very important fast in anyone's spiritual journey, spiritual practice. So if you are interested in making advancement in your spiritual practice, you should watch this video and you should learn how to perform Ekadasi fasting properly to get full benefit of it. Ekadasi is the 11th day after full moon and after new moon. On this day, it is highly recommended for one to fast from grains and beans. The reason being is, on this day, all the sins, they are invested in the grains. And those who eat grains on Ekadasi day, they accumulate all these sins. They get bad karma for all these sins. It includes sins for killing one's parents, one's brother, one's spiritual master, or guru, so many brahmanas. Therefore, one should understand how to properly perform Ekadasi fasting. Other than fasting from grains and beans, the more important part of Ekadasi is to do things for pleasing Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, because Ekadasi is also known as Hari Vasa. Hari Vasa, it means something that helps you come close to Hari or Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. On this day, spiritual practitioners, devotees, what they do is, traditionally they would even stay up all night and chanting names of Krishna, doing kirtan, hearing talks about pastimes of Krishna, especially chanting the mantra, Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is very highly recommended. Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he advised devotees to chant 25 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on the beads on Ekadasi day. He recommended this especially for devotees who are not engaged in any kind of preaching activities, prachar karya. And he also suggested that even for those devotees who are engaged in preaching activities, prachar karya, they should also keep at least these 2 days for themselves to just have time to chant and remember Lord Krishna and not have too many activities on this day, because even they need to recharge their own batteries, to say. So these 2 days are perfect days to do that. So therefore, if possible, even the devotees who are engaged in preaching activities, they should try arrange things in a way that on Ekadasi day they can just be at one place and chant more and more. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he is a great Acharya in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya tradition. He is father of spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, and he composed a song, Shuddha Bhakta Charan Renu. This is in Sharanagati. There he says in the song about the importance of Ekadasi. It goes like this: Madhavati thi bhakti janani jatane palan kori. Ekadasi is also called Madhava Tithi. It is the day to worship Madhava, Lord Krishna, and by pleasing Lord Krishna, we can receive his mercy and progress in our spiritual practices. We can develop our love for Lord Krishna, our pure devotion for Lord Krishna. So it is very important we should understand these things. We can learn from Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya, he only requested one thing from his mother. He asked his mother, can I get one thing from you? And she said, yes. What is it? He said, please don't take grains on Ekadasi day. That is the only thing he requested his mother for. And his mother, of course, she agreed to that. So we can understand how important it is. Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Chaitanya? Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna, who come as his own devotee to teach people in these times, in Kali Yuga, how to be a devotee of Krishna, how to practice bhakti. So those who are following the bhakti practice, it is very essential for them to understand the importance of Ekadasi Vrata, Ekadasi fasting. One should know how Ekadasi timing is calculated. Ekadasi is calculated as per Vedic astronomical calculations from sunrise to sunrise. So the Ekadasi Tithi, it starts before sunrise, and then we have to fast from that day till sunrise on the following day, that is Dwadashi. Traditionally, it is actually a 3-day fast. One should take a very light meal on the Dashmi, on the 10th day, and then on Ekadasi day one should do a complete fast. No grains, no fruits, no milk, no water, traditionally. And one should use one's time in remembering Krishna, in chanting names of Krishna, in hearing talks about Krishna, in studying Shastras like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. That is how Ekadasi fasting is done. Of course, not everyone can do it this way. So therefore, especially in ISKCON centers, what we do is we fast from grains and beans on the 11th day, Ekadasi day, and then we break fast on the Dwadashi, that is called Paran, fast breaking time. So there is a specific time even for that. One should know, one should find out the time and break fast in that time. Then one can receive the full benefit of fasting on Ekadasi. Another point is one should not think, oh, today I am fasting, so on Dwadasi day I will eat a lot and celebrate. No. Traditionally, how we were talking about, it's a 3-day fast. Even on Dwadasi day you eat a simple meal. But of course, we have to be practical. Srila Prabhupada said, above the austerities, more important thing is to continue doing service, continue offering service to the Lord for His pleasure. Therefore, austerity has its place, fasting has its place, but if you feel weak, if you feel less energy and you feel you cannot do your service, then you can take non-grain prasad, non-grain foods, offer it and then eat it and do your service nicely. Because the point of fasting is not that you don't eat anything, you are feeling weak and tired and you go and sleep. That will not help one get the benefit of fasting. Therefore, one should understand one's own physical, mental, spiritual strengths, and one should fast according to that. In the Shastras it is mentioned anyone who is from 80 years old to 80 years old should perform Ekadasi fasting. These fasts we should perform as per the Vedas, as per the recommendations of the Vedas, the scriptures. Fasting done by one's own calculations does not award spiritual benefit. It may award some physical benefit, like even people outside, they recommend at least fasting once or twice a month to cleanse the bodily system, but it doesn't necessarily award spiritual benefit. We should know Ekadasi fasting is done to please Lord Hari, Lord Krishna, and by pleasing Lord Krishna, one can achieve success in any field in their life. We can remember example of Arjuna at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. In Bhagavad Gita, he heard Bhagavad Gita and he understood that the most important thing is to act for pleasure of Krishna, because when Krishna is pleased, one can achieve any success. Therefore, devotees should understand that performing Ekadasi fasting is pleasing to Lord Krishna. So one should understand its importance and do it properly to achieve full benefit of it and to please Lord Krishna. That will inspire him to bestow his grace on us, so we can develop our true love, our pure love and pure devotion for Lord Krishna. One interesting thing I would like to share is, I come from India. I was born in Haryana, and many people over there, what they do is they drink tea on Ekadasi. Drinking tea is definitely not recommended in the Vedas. Therefore, one should avoid drinking tea, coffee, all these kind of things. And even there are some spices which one should not take. So we should find out all this information and do the fasting properly. There is also, I know my mother told me that some priests, they also say that one should not eat anything that is white, which means one cannot have milk, one cannot have yogurt, one cannot have paneer, cheese. This is also not recommended in the Vedas. Therefore, we should know that fasting will award spiritual benefit, all the benefits, when it is done as per the recommendations of the scriptures of the Vedas. So we should find those and then do it right. After understanding such a great significance of this fasting, even then, due to various circumstances, one might miss or one may forget the day of Ekadasi. What one should do in this case? Well, you cannot reverse the day, but what we can do is we fast on the following day, and if we find out on the same day, then we fast on the rest of the day and the following day. That's how we can compensate for missing out on the Ekadasi due to various reasons, various circumstances. Another thing is, once in a year there is Nirjala Ekadasi. This Ekadasi is also known as Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. It is given this name because one of the Pandavas, Bhimasena, he could not fast on Ekadasi. He was a voracious eater and he cannot stay without eating. So Lord Krishna advised him to fast only on one day in a year, and that's supposed to be the hottest day in the year, at least in India I know. And on this day he had to do a full fast, not even water. So many devotees, they do that, but again one has to be practical, one has to see one's own strength and not try to imitate someone who may be stronger to do a no water fast. Some people can do that, great. If you cannot do it, just do the best you can. Just take some non-grain prasad and use the time. The main point is we should use the time to remember Krishna, to do service for Krishna, to chant names of Krishna, to hear names of Krishna, to associate with devotees. One can also make some charity, some donations to Guru, to Brahmanas, to devotees. One can distribute spiritual books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. So many things one can do on this day. It's a very special day. So we should take advantage of this day and try to get the full benefit of this day for our own good, for our own spiritual progress. Hari Sori Prabhu, one of the students of Srila Prabhupada, he recounts that devotees were doing a Nirjala Ekadasi fast without water in America in 1976. And then he remembers that Srila Prabhupada, he never emphasized on fasting without water even. He never emphasized that, but again, one can see one's own strength, and if one can do it, then one should do it, because there are benefits for doing that. I hope you will find this video very informative and helpful in performing your Ekadasi fasting, Ekadasi Vrata. And I pray to Shri Radha Krishna, to Srila Prabhupada, to bestow their mercy, their strength, spiritual strength on us, to follow all the Ekadasis in this year in 2025 very nicely, so we can make progress in our spiritual practice. We can develop pure love, pure devotion for Bhagavan Shri Krishna. I wish you all the best, and we will be posting videos for every Ekadasi. Next Ekadasi that is coming is Putrada Ekadasi. I tell you just one thing about this. If someone who wants to have a good child or who wants prosperity and happiness in their family, they are highly recommended to perform fasting for Putrada Ekadasi. There is a story which we will share in the video for Putrada Ekadasi. Putrada Ekadasi here in Los Angeles in California, it will be this Thursday, January 9th. In India, I checked, it says it will be on Friday, January the 10th. So stay tuned in for the story for Putrada Ekadasi and also for all the other Ekadasis that will be coming. We will do a full Ekadasi series for every Ekadasi. So all the best.